Today we've got a 2018 Ford Explorer with a 3.5 liter, no turbocharge. We're going to do an oil change and take a quick look underneath for anything suspicious like brakes. It's got 52,000 miles on it. And then of course I just did the white pipe on the 2015. It's a little early for something to happen to this one. I think they've made some improvements over time. Now this one here, I did replace the touchscreen on the dash. That one went dead, which seems to be a common Ford fault. It's not that hard to get the touchscreen out, but it's not something you can just replace because it has to be programmed for your VIN number. So that's a whole nother story. I didn't get a video of that. That was pre-video, Rob. But today we're just going to do the oil change. This is pretty simple. It's just the oil and a filter. No covers that take off or anything like that, but I'll go ahead and run you through it just so you can see it, and maybe it'll help you somehow. Here's the stuff I needed to use to do this oil change. I've got my 5 quarts of full synthetic oil. This time I'm using Quaker State 5W20 oil filter. I usually use a Motorcraft. I've used other brands. The one filter I had trouble with the 2 times where the oil drained out because of the stuck rubber ring, that was STP. Now, I don't think STP makes their own oil filters. They contract somebody else to do it, whatever. But since it happened to me twice, I stay away from STP oil filters. Anyway, Motorcraft FL500S is the oil filter that's used on these Explorers. I use it on all of them, and I think I even use it on my F-150. To get the oil filter off, this one, usually I can kind of get a grip on it and take it off by hand. Otherwise, I've got one of these that actually fits on there. Not the greatest, but it'll work. Put your extension and your ratchet on there. The other option is, this one I use more often than not. It also fits in a 3/8 drive, and depending on which direction you go in, this will tighten and loosen as you turn it on the oil filter. So you open that and it fits on all these standard small diameter filters. And then when you tighten it to loosen it or tighten it, anyway, it'll actually grip the oil filter and twist it off. So I kind of like that as a go-to, but generally if you need to, I start with this one. So here we are under my low head clearance hoist, and we've got the oil filter here, and the drain plug is right here facing the rear. It's a 15mm wrench. Nope. Oversplashed a little bit. Car's very warm. She just drove it in here. Filter, I can get it off with my hand, so that's loose. So we'll just let this drain for a few minutes, and I'll be right back. All right, we'll go ahead and trap the final little dribbles in here. There's plenty of old oil still left up in there in little nooks and crannies, so you can't get it all. Walked around the car, did a little inspection on the brakes. They actually look like brand new. Checked the exhaust pipe. That looks pretty good. I'll give you a little closer look at that here in just a second. Meantime, let's drop this oil filter out of here. Like to unscrew it and keep one finger on the bottom of the filter. It keeps it from like dropping right out until I'm ready for it. Leave that in there. I just take the oil that came out of there and just wipe that around here on the oil, the rubber seal. Also make sure your old rubber seal came off. I just watched a nice video from Rain Man, and he reminded me about that. I've had this rubber seal stay up there twice. And when you do that, and you start the car up with 2 rubber seals up there, it drains out incredibly fast. The last time I did it here in my garage, and I started it up, backed the car out, and it must have dumped 2 quarts of oil within, I don't know, 100 feet. And what a mess that was. So you should always check for that. So ideally, until it touches, I think you go probably a quarter turn, half turn. Just tighten it by hand. Don't need to use a wrench. I do have some wrenches that I use. I've never had a filter come loose and as tight as I've had that on there. So we're all set with the filter. Drain plug is tight. So let me clean my hands off. We'll go look at an exhaust pipe. All right, we can see the entire white pipe. It's connected to the rear pipe here with this band clamp. The pipe looks pretty good. It's got a lot of rust on it. This little collar came off. I believe that's part of the attachment for this cover that's over the flex coupling. The flex coupling is actually this accordion looking pipe underneath this cover. So the cover's loose, but the pipe underneath looks really good. Over here is, the pipe is flattened OEM to get underneath the cross member. So we got quite a bit of a gap there. All these welds and everything look really good. The nuts look like they're getting a little rusty. But otherwise, pipe looks good. And the rest of the exhaust pipe heading back, that looks real good too. So I think the exhaust pipe is fine. 5 quarts of oil in a funnel. Five quarts goes in pretty quick. Take a look at some of your fluids. For example, this car doesn't have power steering fluid anymore. It's electric steering. And that's a whole nother story. The 2015 had to replace one of those. That's another ongoing Ford problem on most of the vehicles. The coolant's right above the add mark, so that's fine. I'll get some windshield washer fluid. Brake fluid, you just want to make sure that it's not below the add mark. And the marks are on this side, and it's okay. It's about halfway in between. Generally, you don't have to top off your brake fluid as long as it's above the add mark. The reason being is that if you're one of those like me that changes the pads and doesn't change the calipers, so you don't have to necessarily bleed the brakes, that when you push the calipers in to get the new pads in, all that oil will go up here to the master cylinder and it'll fill this up, and then it will end up being overfull, which is not the end of the world, but not desirable either. So let me get some windshield washer solvent, windshield washer fluid. Windshield washer fluid, we're in lower Michigan. I generally try to get at least a -20 Fahrenheit windshield washer solution. This happens to be Rain-X, -30 Fahrenheit, which is fine. And in the past, I actually have mixed my own. I bought a car one time that somebody put water in, and that stuff froze in the winter. And I had to put it in the heated garage for a while to de-thaw it, and the only way to flush it all out was to make my own windshield washer cleaner, solvent. And basically you go online, you can find out that it's just a mixture of water and different kinds of alcohol. Yikes, I took half a gallon. Let me go get some more. Full to the top. Close it up. Next step is to start it up, check for leaks, make sure the oil pressure comes up. No puddles of oil underneath, so we must be good. I think we'll just clean up a few of the leads, and close the hood. So the last step in the whole process is to clear this oil change required light. So we'll hit the OK button to clear the message, and then we will go, I think we're going to go back and go to settings, maybe vehicle, auto engine off. No, oil life reset, there it is, and we'll hit OK for that, and it's at 0%. So press OK to reset. So we hold OK and you see the bar go across. Done. Now the oil's reset to 100% again. Hit the back arrow. Hit it one more time. And we'll go back into the display mode and hit OK. And that'll put it back on the display mode that it was on. So that's going to take care of another oil change for another, whatever the 6 months to a year, whatever it is. And then we'll see this car back again for another oil change. I hope you got something out of the video just to help you, maybe not, but good luck with your oil. Good luck with your oil changes. See ya.